So, I haven't, got about 30%, so I should be good for a bit. Okay, so, okay. So, I got a pen here. Hi, Lindsay. So, give us a couple of seconds there now. And then I'm gonna do a little explanation here now on my YouTube about gangs and government, okay? I'm just gonna turn this around. Okay. Over in this piece of paper, I got the gangs, and over here I got the government. So, every gang got a boss. That boss, nobody knows who he is. He's the ghost. He's the ghost. But that boss, he's got his workers. Okay? So this is the gang. He's got his boss. Then he's got his workers. But these workers, he knows them for 20 or 25 years. This gang leader, right, the boss, nobody knows who he is. He's the boogeyman. But he's two under bosses. He knows them 25 years each. Because he's untouchable. He's John Gotti. He's untouchable. You don't touch this guy. Same thing over here was the government. The White Ball. The White Ball, he's our premier, right? Then he's got his ministers. Minister of Justice. And the Minister of Finance. No difference, law. Government, gangs. Ain't no difference. This Minister of Justice, he's got his workers. Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance, he got his workers. The government, same thing. Government, the White Ball, Minister of Justice, down to Minister of Finance. Now this Minister of Finance, he's got his cabinet members. Same with the gang bosses and the workers. Now these workers, they got the supply chain. These are all the dealers. The gangs, this boss here, this boss, he got to have connections over in China, Colombia. He's got to have the connections. That's why he's the boss. The boss got his workers. That's maybe his brother, uncle, grew up together. These are all the dealers out making money. Same with the government. This Minister of Justice family, they got kids. They got brothers, they got sisters. Minister of Finance got families, kids. Minister of Justice got all these people that work for him. Then they got to have people working for them. No difference. Same thing. Government, get your votes, promise you everything. Get 4 years in the government. Retire with a pension. Join a gang. Give it the boss down to a worker. Get busted. All these people, gang bosses, workers, drug dealers, all their friends and family. That's why it's a business. They all need money. No different than the government. Join the government, the same thing. Become premier, minister of justice. You lie, you cheat, you rob, you steal, you fraud, you manipulate. I sold drugs to people in government. There's no difference. The only difference between the gang life and the government life, going this way, you go to jail because of these people. They're the biggest fraud. They're the ones that are taking your hard tax money. You're paying 40%, 50% on taxes. Then when you go to the store, you're paying more taxes. It's all about tax, so you're working for the government. All your money goes to the government. These guys here, at least they'll look after and they'll protect you. It's a hard life. Chance of death in prison. But at least over here you'll have groceries and food and you'll have a good life. Over on this side, you're going to vote your government in. They're going to give you all kinds of promises and promise this, promise that, the bracelet and surveys and more of this, more of that. But yet all your taxpayers' money goes into their houses. All these guys over here at the top got new cars. Down here, they pretty got medium cars. Down here at the bottom, they're riding the bus. Over on the government side, the Minister of Justice and everybody in their family are driving brand new vehicles worth $100,000 each. Minister of Finance, all top of the line vehicles and new homes. All the people that works for the Minister of Justice, all the people works for the Minister of Finance. It's a big, huge family. It's no difference. Only for they'll publicize this and they'll put you in jail. This one here, they'll lie, cheat, and they'll keep you underneath the rug. The government are very corrupt. The government are very corrupt. Now all of a sudden the white ball, the Premier of Newfoundland, calls a snap election before June the 25th. All of a sudden now is a massive election. So it's the same rhetoric over and over and over when it comes voting time. Right? Let's try to make your vote count. Let's look your politician really square in the face. And let's ask him, is the middle class going to have any say in this matter? Are we going to deal with the victims? Are we going to deal with the crime? Are we going to deal with the mental health? Are we going to deal with the drug addiction? I'm not going to stop ranting and raving. I know I only got grade 6. I need to get to work soon. But just let you know that there's no difference between the government and the corrupt gang. It's all a corruption. Other for then the government swipes it underneath the rug. I'm just telling you now. The government did the white ball and the Liverpool government. They're going to get out of power. You're going to vote them out of power. And they're going to have a pension for the rest of their life. Over here, you'll end up getting shot or killed or in jail for the rest of your life. So you tell me that's a fair system? So before I go, that's skullduggery. The Newfoundland government pulled the wool over your eyes. Our natural resources are being plundered. Our social development is going. The more victims on the street is getting a higher rate. Let's see the statistics of victims in Newfoundland. Let's compare the crime rate from Port-aux-Basques to St. John's. Every community got an addiction with pills. The government is allowing it. The doctors are allowing it. The college of physicians are allowing it. The pharmaceutical companies are allowing it. Our crime rate is at a high rate in Newfoundland. And here yet we just only talk about it on VOCM. The Minister of Justice is always ranting and raving and putting out publicity on the telegram. But yet nobody wants to do nothing about it. And yet here I am still ranting and raving. Still giving you my time. Still dedicated to the cause. The petition's well over 1,000 people. I'd just like to thank you for the petition. Just give you a little bit of update. Don't let the government fool you. You have a voice. You have an opinion. And your vote matters. No matter if you're blind, if you're crippled, if you're old, or if you're handicapped. When they sends out the ballot for the elections on June, consider your vote. I'm not telling you who to vote. I'm telling you to vote for the candidate that's going to stand up for the middle class, the taxpayer. He's going to reform justice. He's going to reform social justice. He's going to care about our infrastructure. He's going to care about our healthcare, our hospital, our offshore oil, natural gas. And consider the Newfoundlander that is dealing with a mental illness and a drug addiction and build a new treatment center in St. John's, Newfoundland. And take care of the women's facility in Stephenville. That's just little my rant for today. Peace out. Take care of each other. And my point of this whole thing is reform, mental illness, youth, and social justice. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube. I might sound like I'm not smart enough. I only got grade 6, but this is my opinion. We must stop the pill addiction in Newfoundland. We must reform. We must care about the victim. And we must care about the youth that's up and coming. Peace out. Take care of each other. Respect each other. And maybe bring God back in your life. Maybe start reading the Bible. Maybe bring God back in class. Maybe bring God back in your family. Maybe bring God back in your life. That's my thought for today. Take care. Peace out. Love each other. Goodbye.